we got to be very careful what we say about this because this is developing and we honestly don't really know what's going on here. But just in the last couple of days, there's been a report that's emerged that Art MacDonald, he's the admiral who's the former commander of the Royal Canadian Navy, and as of last month, is the chief of the defense staff, which is the highest officer in the Canadian Armed Forces, has temporarily, for now, stepped aside from his duties while he's investigated by military police. There's not a lot of information about why. Some of the reporting suggests it could be an issue of sexual misconduct. Again, I'm not going to go into any more detail here just because this is a brand new story. There's an investigation that has to happen. I am going to say that this is following on the heels of allegations against the former chief of the defense staff, General Vance of the Canadian Army, allegations that the government was apparently aware of. All right, I'm not going to get into this. I'm going to allow the investigation to run its course. I'm also going to mention that we have just lost a governor general who resigned because of workplace allegations about toxic behaviors and harassing employees. And even some of the reporting had suggested physical intimidation of the employees. Look, all of these things are different. All of these things are allegations. None of these things proven in court. But we have within the last, month or two tops, 3 senior officials in Ottawa, all either having to leave a job or at least having their legacies tarnished by reports of workplace misconduct. I don't know the details of this, so I'm not going to make this a sweeping narrative about the situation in the workplace. I'm not qualified to do that, and right now we just don't have enough information. At the very least, though, we are getting awfully good indicators that we need to take this more seriously. Vetting people for key jobs ought to be something that any government has pretty good prowess in, particularly if we're being blunt about this, for military commanders. It has been understood for a long time that your military and intelligence leadership must be beyond reproach because skeletons in the closet are blackmail material. If we are not catching this stuff, if I'm stressing that there is something in Admiral MacDonald's past that is bad, how the hell did we miss this when we were vetting him over the last couple of months? His appointment was announced in December. He took the job in January. I understand we live in a time where social norms are changing rapidly, where there's a lot of shifting perspectives on what is and is not appropriate behavior. In the main, I think this is going to be good. And I think one of the issues we're going to have is recognizing what is the appropriate sanction, if any, for workplace behavior or misbehavior that predated some of these more recent social developments. It's going to be an ugly conversation. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of controversy and metaphorical blood spilt about this. But Admiral MacDonald was appointed 2 months ago. There has not been sweeping social change since Christmas. The Governor General was only on the job for a couple of years. She was appointed by Justin Trudeau, our self-appointed feminist who's supposed to take this kind of thing seriously. General Vance, also more or less of the current vintage, a long military career, obviously. You don't get to the top on your first day on the job, but he was appointed relatively recently here. We are going to grapple for a long time with information coming out about people who had long careers and sort of legacies that go back a long time. These 3 examples do not fit that criteria. And if all 3 of them, or even some of them, are borne out, that is obviously a failure on their part as individuals. But it's a huge failure of vetting and of imagination on the behalf of our federal government.